Hello, this is Joshua Blackman, and we're going to go over this landscape material. I really enjoy this landscape material. I've used several textures on it to show that you can crank anything in and crank anything out. I will have multiple examples of this after this video, but what's in this product is not multiple textures. However, it is the ability to crank anything in and anything out. So throw a texture in, you get a material out, and that's basically what it does. Throw a texture in, get a material out, and the materials look a lot like their texture origin, with a lot less tiling and a little bit more smoothing. So that's really great. Um, and I'm just showing you some of the matte functions in this landscape material that look really decent. The what's it called? Basalt still does tile a little bit, but mixing it with like a rocky ice, which doesn't tile at all, it it looks really cool. It looks like icy mountains. This is one of my favorite matte functions that I made. And then finally we have our gravel, grass, sand, which is meant for a beach, but instead I decided to make an ice plane. So this one, you press play, you can move forward, and then the ice unfades from a distance, and then it's kind of see-through, which is kind of cool. The mountains also, and everything looks better in play, of course, but the mountains also have this effect where the snow is fading. And I just wanted to show that. Yeah, see, you can see the snow fading up. And there's cool stuff you can do with that. Really cool stuff. Mainly these are example textures, but you can use them for use in your game, of course. So, and then we finally have, again, our leaves, which look pretty nice, in my opinion. And then it goes, and there's a gravel slope. And if we go back to our grass, there is a basalt slope. We have two slopes side by side, separated by leaves. There's a catch, and I'm going to go over that because I don't want to sell false advertising. So the catch is that you can only put 3 layers in one little square. So let me show you what I'm talking about before you're like, what do you mean? So if I go to manage here, selection tool, in this one little square, I can only have 3 layers. And that goes for all of the squares. These are shading, basically like it's a shader square. You can only have 3 layers. But with sloping, because of blending and stuff, I cranked it so much that I knew that I had to get more than 3. So I made it 5 layers for slopes. Slopes, you can do 5 layers if they're the same color because you need to blend. At first, when I started doing this, the slopes wouldn't blend, and they would be like other layers and would just do 3. But I fixed it to where you can have 5 layers with the slopes. And this was really difficult to do, actually. Very difficult to do. But we're going to go over what you get in this product, which is IC material, which isn't much. um, you get obviously the example landscape, the example shaders, and the textures, which are free anyways off the market. Which are example textures, and then the master mat. This is the master mat. We'll go over it. I'm not really worried about you looking at it. It really just goes through what you can do with it, stuff like that. I'm 90% sure that with all the functions I built, you can crank any texture in and get any texture you want out of it. 90% with slopes. So I'm not worried about you learning, oh, here's the secret, until you buy it. So 90% sure you wouldn't know how to crank this in and crank this out unless you went through the difficult task of trial and error, did it yourself, in which case then you earned it. Okay, you earned it. Color matte functions: grass, leaves, snow, sand, rock, sand, and then snowy rocks. Those are mats. Sand can also be used for dirt, and sand rocks can be used for dirt, and that stuff works. And then we have the 2 slope functions. One's for higher, one's for lower. Actually, the left one's for higher, and the right one's for lower. And that's pretty much it for this. For our mat instance, of course, you get this, and this will allow you to change these on the fly. Actually, this will allow you to change stuff on the fly. And we'll go buy and change stuff on the fly. Actually, I kind of did want to change the desert a little bit, because it was meant for an actual yellow sand texture, but I didn't have one. But I forgot I had gravel, so I'll change the desert. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab my gravel, because this one is really good for almost anything. I think this one, with the gravel, it's probably going to look like beach sand stuff, so maybe you might actually be able to do it without. Yeah, and that looks a hell of a lot better than my other one. It does tile when you use gravel a little bit. It does tile a little bit, but it's actually not as bad as the other one, the beach sands one. But it is really good for deserts. Really good for deserts. Maybe could use yellow tint, but it's really, really pretty, in my opinion. And that's pretty much my product in a nutshell. Um, and yeah, you just have matte functions, and you crank out materials, but on a landscape, basically. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing Unreal for 3 years, and I don't think I found a product that just does that. It's like, no, I want to see a smoother material. I want to see a less tiling material. There might be, but I just haven't seen one. So I hope you like this, and you're interested in it. I'm not gonna go too expensive with this product. Gonna make sure it's affordable, but I cannot sell it for free. That's just basic. So have a good day, and maybe you'll be interested. Next video, I'm going to be using textures from the varied material collection to show the differences of textures in what we got right now, to see what textures actually go good with some of these um, material functions. Those textures are not owned by me, they're owned by Varied Material Collections, and it is just used as an example for now in this video. I hope you enjoy.